Hey all, yeah, it's been a while. But we are going to do more shows. This schedule conflict. My guess is we're going to start up again good in January or February after the holidays. It's because it's going to get worse and worse. I will try and see if we can line up at least mine and Marcel or mine and Bob's schedule. We'll see what happens, but it's 50-50, probably gravitating towards lower odds. I'm going to share something with y'all today that is basically, I have mixed feelings about it, but it's a way for everybody who watches this video to get a free $20 if they know at least one person and have some free time. I'm going to talk about I want to talk about MLMs anyways, so I'm going to use BIGKABANG, which is an MLM. It's a one going around, and I'm going to explain what MLMs are and how they work. I'm going to put the links below. They're my links, referral links, so you'd be helping me out to do them. If you want to help the show that sucks out, go right on ahead. What are MLMs? Well, they have a negative connotation. It stands for multi-level marketing. Basically, you're up here, and then you get somebody underneath you, and you get them to do stuff, and then they get paid by getting somebody underneath them to do stuff, and then those people get paid by getting somebody underneath them to do stuff, and it's like you're noticing the familiar shape of this thing, and of course at each level you need more and more people. Because, the first person, they need 2 things to happen, and then those 2 people need 4 things to happen. So, that's 1 plus 2 plus 4. That was 7 things that needed to happen. And then we need 8 more things to happen. And then we need 16 more things to happen. And before you know it, it gets really, 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 really big. And they like to say it's residual income, but the reality is it's a giant bubble. Because the mathematical formula that dictates how these work is market size times 1 minus the drop rate. Statistically speaking, it's usually 50%. I've seen few programs that average out at the various steps to be better, to the number of steps. In the case of the one we're talking about, BIGKABANG, there's 5 things that need to happen, or 5 steps for you to get paid. Step 1 is what's going on right now. You're hearing about the program. You may make an announcement like a YouTube vid like this, or post something on Craigslist, or send emails out, but everybody that could potentially sign up isn't going to get that announcement. So you're going to lose people. They're not all going to hear the announcement. Then you got to convince them to go down there and click your link, click your referral link, and go in there. Now that they've done that, they have to remember what a great thing this is and how they're going to get rich and sign up. Now that they've done that, they've still got to be juiced enough to actually go do the program. And then they got to be juiced enough to complete that enough that you actually get something, you actually get a payment out of it. So that's 5 levels right there. Mathematically, in the case of this one, it's the number of households, so roughly 130 million times market, times 1 minus 50% to the 5 steps, comes out to about 4 million potential conversions. Well, 4 million? Hell, there's only about 12,000 accounts right now. This is gold, right? Yeah, not so quick. In the case of this one, there's 6 potential levels. Okay, basically, they break it up into the size of the payment. It's largely the same free stuff, but it's what size payment do you want? There's a $20 one, a $40 one, a $60 one, an $80 one, a $100 one, and a $120 one. The higher the payment, the less they're points, but they call them credits, that completing a trial, free or paid, counts for. There are some free ones. But, if you're going for the $120 level, you ain't going to get there with free trials. You have to spend money. Okay? And then contrarily, on the $20 level, you can actually do that entirely with free trials. So you can get the credit with, spending no money, just doing the trials. Like if it's a 7-day free trial, you can't cancel it immediately, but keep it for 5 days and just mark on your calendar or program into your phone, on day X, cancel, yada, yada. That's to remind yourself, because they're banking on you're going to forget so they can bill you. That's why they're paying for the conversion. Right? Mathematically speaking, because you can have 6, and we got about 12,000 trials right now, we know there is at least 2,000 people, give or take, currently promoting this program. And we say about 4 million people will theoretically sign up for it. Well, that sounds great. But remember the math I was talking about earlier? The first level is 1 person, the second level is 3 people, the third level is 7, the fourth is 15, then 31, then 63. It grows quick. In the case of this one, around level 22, you get to over 4 million people. You get to where it would take 103% of the mathematically computed, number of potential conversions, and then it just starts growing. Basically, somewhere between level 20 and 23, this program is going to go pop. The bubble's going to pop, and you'll have a bunch of people running around looking to get their referral. Nobody's going to do it because there ain't anybody left. It's the nature of all MLMs like this. Where are we in this one? Well, why it hasn't. It's somewhere between 0.05% market share and 0.5% of the potential market share, of the 4 million people. In terms of levels, it's about halfway over. That's the funny thing about these. It's before the first 1% of the market share is 50% of the life cycle. And then the other 99% of the market share is the other 50% of the life cycle. It's a math thing. I could draw it all out for you, but that's the way it works. So even though most of the people who could sign up for this thing, it's about to start snowballing. And yeah, so as far as, getting easy conversions, posting on Craigslist and, sending emails and even posting YouTube videos like I'm doing here, those days are either gone or going to end in the next few months. So, don't think it's like, oh yeah, I'm going to click the Show That Sucks links and then I'm going to go post my own video and I'm going to get rich. It's probably not going to happen. However, this one doesn't cost anything to do, at least not for the $20 level. Like I said, here's what you would do if you wanted to get paid out of this thing. You would click my link below. I put all 6 of them for all 6 levels, but you would click my links, and I'd recommend going to the $20 one and doing the free trials so you get your credit. And then, call up or email your friends and family. Now that you're green to promote and you're qualified, send your link out to them and say, okay, you got to turn cookies off, you got to turn pop-up blocks off. That's the other limitation I don't like about this program. It's the way it works, and I understand why it works that way, but basically you got to turn all your privacy blocking stuff off to do the trials and get credit for doing them. So, if you want to open up Firefox and start a, quarantine private session and turn all of that shit off and then go do them if you're concerned about your privacy. But turn them off to do the trials and then turn it back on afterwards. That's just what you have to do. But anyways, back to what you would do to get your $20. You'd go down there, you'd click my link, you'd do 2 to 4 of the free trials, basically enough to get the 1 credit. They all have a different value, but it tells you, it says this one is worth this many credits and costs this much, and there's enough free ones that you can do the $20 without spending any money. And then you call and email your friends and family up and go, okay, y'all want to help me earn an extra $20 for the holidays? Okay, if you'll do it, I'll send you the thing, and you'll go do it, and they'll do it for you. And basically, every person you know who you're close enough with that you can go, will you help me out and go to a site and do those things? They're worth $20 to you. If they're willing to spend some money, and you're willing to spend some money, you can probably, you won't use all the free trials up on the $20 level, so you'll have enough to almost complete a credit for the $40 level, but you're probably going to need to spend $5 to $10 to get over into that, one credit thing. But if your friends and family would also be willing to spend $5 to $10 to help you out, that's $20 plus $40. You made $60. The $60 level, you're going to spend $40 to $50. You're going to spend almost $60 to get qualified for that thing. And you're going to need to get them to do the same, because you're obviously going to want them to, make you $20 without spending any money, and then, they'd have to spend the money and spend the money and spend the money. But, don't look at it that way. If y'all want to go that route and y'all want to chase the money, kudos to you. Go ahead. Links are below. But what I recommend you do is just don't spend it. Stick to the free. $20. Is it a lot of money? No. Was it $20 you didn't have before? Yeah. You got a PayPal account, and they'll send it to you, and you withdraw, and it's extra $20 for the thing. So, is this worth doing? Is it big money, or is it a big waste of time? That comes down to one very simple thing. Because you can do that for nothing but your time, just doing the free trials. Do you know any friends or family? Just start thinking. It's like, okay, we got grandma, and we got dad, and we got grandmama, and I think my aunt would help me out. And then I got my friend that lives in the apartment across the way. Just go through the people with a home internet connection. Understanding you're probably going to have to walk them through how to turn off their pop-up blocker and cookies so that you can get the credit. But, anybody you're on that good of a rapport with, just take that many people times $20. And that's what this program is worth to you if you want to do it. My guess is for most of you, you probably know at least 2 to 3 people. So hopefully you know at least one person. If you're so lonely that you don't know anybody, damn, I'm so sorry. I feel for you, man. I feel for you. But this program's probably worth $20 to $200 to you. If you know a large group of inner friends, 10 or so. Right. For those of you who are very social and use the social media and everything, what you could do is stick the thing on your Facebook or your Google Plus. I'm not going to do that. I'm sticking it here on YouTube, and I'm going to be interested to see if anybody clicks the link, because it'll be curious. But this is actually, despite the bubble nature of this is like the perfect time of the year to do something like this, because everybody wants a little extra money for the holidays. And, this is the easiest time of the year. Between, coming up on Thanksgiving, moving into the holidays, to just kind of tap your friends and family on the shoulder and go, hey, you want to help me out? And they're more inclined to begrudgingly go, what do I have to do? And since they don't have to spend any money, they just have to sign up for some free stuff, remember to cancel it. Now, there is one bad thing. They do have to put in a valid credit card. There's going to be some authorization charges. In the case of most of the free ones, they're like $1. It's basically to verify if you don't cancel the trial, they got a way to bill you for it. Yeah, remember to cancel that thing, because they'll bill your ass. And that's actually what they're counting on. They're counting on you will forget that the trial ends on date X and forget to cancel it and go, charge! So you got to remember to cancel it. I did almost all of them, and not a one of them tried to like charge me or yank around with the billing or give me any bullshit about canceling them. They're all pretty reputable companies, so you'll be fine. I mean, to give you an idea of the type of companies you're dealing with, I mean, you're dealing with things like Gamefly. Yeah, it's like they're not interested in doing the credit card swap. You know, they're just trying to promote their service to get you to try it out. Actually, if you do this right, you're going to get 10 free songs. Yeah, I actually, what I got out of this, it was funny. So far, I've gotten 50, because I did spend some money. And there's been some PayPal fees. I've got a little over $50. And I've gotten 8 songs that are like my favorite songs that aren't in my collection, that I wasn't going to pirate, and I just had never got around to buying, and I got them for free. So I was like, kudos! Because one of the things in there is not Amazon or anything, but there is a free music thing in there. And they've actually got a pretty good collection of DRM free music. And their terms of service basically say, you download it, you own it. Do whatever the fuck you want with it. Copy it, back up it, you know, everything else. It's the whole thing is it's DRM free. So, you know, it's worth doing this alone for that if you haven't tried the music service that's in there, just to get some free music. You know, that's of value to you right there. Unless you're frickin' pirates going on Pirate Bay to get everything, and then shame on you. But I understand how that would have no value to you. But it's free money. So, now just understand what it is. Understand it's a bubble. Understand even if you can promote the hell out of this thing, even if you can go spam the shit out of Craigslist, any money you get out of this thing is going to be temporary. And odds are, for 90% plus of you, it's going to be limited to the number of people whom you can tap on the shoulder and go, hey, do me a favor. But because it won't cost you anything to do other than some of your time, if you want some extra money for the holidays and you know some people, you might want to think about doing it. Peace out all. I apologize for bringing you an MLM. Don't hate me. I'm only bringing this one up to talk about what MLMs are and how they work mathematically, so you understand how some of them become scamish and how some of them are good. In my case, I actually had trouble getting some of the credits because I didn't have my cookies right. That's why I'm warning you about the cookies. If you don't have your cookies set right, or whoever you tap on the shoulder to go do it, they ain't going to get credit. And it's never going to get fixed. It's like, do another trial. So if they use all the free ones up before they get their cookies right, you're going to spend money and you don't get any money off of them. That's the way it is. Sorry, guys. I do like this one because the way most MLMs work is they say, give them all the money you could ever make in the program if you're an average person, and in exchange they'll give you a system. That would be the equivalent of this one saying, like, okay, give us $200 and we'll let you promote. This one says, give us no money, just try enough stuff to get a credit, and you can promote that level. And you can do the $20 one for nothing. Y'all decide how many of the levels you want to do. You know, yeah. If you know enough people that you would make money at $20 a head, that you can get qualified for all the levels, it might be worth doing. You know, it's like, but add up what you would spend at each level. You know, at a $20 level, it's going to cost you nothing to do. It's going to cost the people you refer nothing to do. The $40 level, assuming you've done the $20 level, you're going to spend $5 to $10 to do, and then you're going to need everybody you refer to spend $5 to $10 to do. $60 level, $30 to $50, and everybody you refer spend $30 to $50. Then it starts getting ridiculous. You know, it's like to complete the $80 level, you're probably going to spend $100 To complete the $100 level, probably closer to $200, and then it just gets ridiculous. You know, I think, yeah, then like the cheapest thing you would have left to do at that point to do the $120 level would be like buy a year worth of web hosting. And then you'd have to do a bunch of other things that cost that you'd probably spend like $400 to complete the $120 level. So it just, yeah, probably not worth doing. Unless you've just got a really large circle of friends and family. So hopefully this helps some of you earn some extra money for the holidays, assuming you haven't heard about this program already. I am ridiculously late in this one. Like I said, the cycle's halfway over. And I haven't done these in forever. I'm sure they have even more negative connotation than they did before, but it's free-ish money. So if y'all want it, click the links and go pester your friends and family. But be honest. You know, like don't sucker scam your friends and family. Don't go, hey, you want to be rich? I want to be rich. No. Go, hey, you want to help me out? No, don't try and sell them the program. Try and sell them the fact that they care about you. Okay? Peace out, all.